Hey there, YouTubers. Got my Mech 9000 GN in, and gonna give you guys a few pointers here, just a couple things to look out for to make your reloading go a little bit easier. We're loading Winchester 209 primers, 18.6 grains of clay dot, and an ounce and an eighth, 7.5s. You see I've got the tape up here. I haven't got my bottle supports yet, but nonetheless I do have an adjustable powder charge bar. That was pretty easy to put on. You had to change this arm here. One of the things to look out for, first of all, grease. Very important that you grease your resizing down here. If you don't, you'll start getting a bunch of popping, and about halfway up on the return it'll sit there and pop and carry on. And as you can see here, I've had a few mishaps here and there. That's what I'm going to try to keep you folks from doing. So first things first, when you're bringing this down, obviously you're going to have to adjust your primer, and that's done. Oh my God, that's done right here, just simply by adjusting this arm. Oh my goodness. Okay, you'll have to adjust your wad pressure, your crimp, all this. Anyway, the main thing to look out for is when you pull this handle, you need to watch this shell drop. Sometimes it'll hang up over here on the side and you're looking at other things. You're not paying attention to, everything else that's going on. I found that if you're just slow and consistent, you're going to have a lot better success. This isn't one of those things where you're just going to grab this handle like a wild ass ape and start jerking it down. Okay? So, as I'm going through a few of these loads, I'll have you, maybe you'll be able to see. I know you've been watching other videos of guys doing this, and nobody said, hey, watch out for this. Watch for this primer to drop. Make sure your shot bar is going back and forth. I never heard anybody on YouTube telling me that. So that's the main thing. Make sure that hole drops. There it dropped. Now, as it's coming up, I'm making sure there's a primer in there. And you can see how that primer has kind of tilted to the side a little bit. There. Most of the time, when you cycle it, it'll jump around a little bit, and then when you go back up, it'll right itself. Okay. There's that one. Oops, wrong side. Put your wad in there. Good Lord, this is so much easier to do. Okay, got that. We want your shot bar. And you will occasionally have a place where it won't drop shot. It's not a big deal. It's better than dropping it all over the place. And then when you get done, you loaded your last shell over here. I always put a wad and a new hole in here, so that way when I walk up to this thing, I know that it's ready to go. So let's take a look here and see some of my loads. It's a little deep on there, but I've been shooting these for sporting clays, and they've been working really, really well. Little deep. Some of them will have a little twist in them. Not so much today. Maybe it's the humidity. But as you can see, it does a fantastic job. This is on this Nitro 27, I've reloaded these particular shells 5 or 6 times, and they're still going strong, so they're not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. But then you'll have the occasional one that'll be like that. Probably won't get too many more reloads out of that one. I think that was one of my hotter versions when I was loading Herco at about 25 grains. And as you can see, we got plenty of holes. The other nice thing is I went to the dollar store and got these little shoe boxes to put the various wads that I'll probably never use. Let me get my fat finger out of the way. But just kind of keeps everything organized. Everything's handy. These are the shells that I was experimenting with. Those are for my dove loads. We got just a couple weeks till dove season, so I'll burn those up. These are my competition shells. So, the other thing I'm getting is, I've been hitting garage sales and finding these old boxes. They're fine, but I'm going to be getting some plastic shell boxes. We get thousands of uses out of them, and these here tear up after a while, but oh well. I am shooting a lot more sporting clays. So, you can see over there, I got these tubs here from Dollar General as well, and it makes it a good place to put your holes. We got a lazy dog. Lazy dog. Yep, lazy girl. Okay. That's about it. If you do have a mishap and you accidentally drop shot, it's very important that you clean underneath your plate here and pop this, reach underneath and pop this out, and make sure you don't have any shot down in here. Otherwise, you're going to end up with something that looks like that. That is what happens when this doesn't drop all the way down. It will crush it, and you'll feel it in your handle. Have a good day.